Today we're going to take a look at running the tool pass for our 2-jam part. Recently you just got done drawing and saving it, so we're going to have to find that in our H drive. We're going to come up to our top in our ribbon bar and go to open. And we should automatically go to our H drive, but if it doesn't identify it as your H drive, you're going to come all the way down to the bottom. You want to have your first initial last name 000, this gray box with the green line underneath of it. That's selected for our H drive. Scrolling down towards the bottom, we should find our 2-jam part in there. And we're going to click open. Once it opens up, this is the part we just got done drawing. We're going to take and we're going to switch over to our cam tab. So if you take a look up here at the top above our ribbon bar, we are on our 3D model tab right now. We're going to come across to our cam. Okay, once we're in our cam tab, the first thing we need to do is set up this part for cutting. So we're going to go to our setup folder. Okay, now you see that our origin is identified in the middle here, so what we need to do is change that. Each one of these tabs we're going to work across from left to right, and each tab we're going to take a look at the inside and the things that we need to change. So in our first tab here on the left hand side, we need to change our origin. We're going to change it from stock box point to the model origin. That throws it down in the lower left hand corner where we're starting for our origin for our part. Next we're going to move across to our stock tab. And here, do you see how this box is outside of our actual model area? So we're going to change it stock offset mode. We're going to change it to no additional stock, and that brings it right up close to the edge. Right here, no additional stock. Then we're going to change over to our third tab for post-processing. We're going to highlight the area that says 1001, and you're going to enter in 2-jam is the name of the part, and then your last name. Okay, so 2-jam and your last name. Once you're finished with that, select OK from the menu at the bottom. Next, we're going to take care of these holes first and drill these holes. In order to do that, from our menu, we're going to select our drilling operation. And once again, these tabs we're working across from left to right, and each tab from top to bottom. So let's go to our tool. We need to select our tool. Earlier this year, we entered into a folder, and we have this Butler MS tool library. I scrolled all the way down to the bottom to find it. If you don't have this entered in here, not a big deal. You go back up to the top and you want to find sample libraries and go to end mills, and we're going to select tool number 2, 1/4 inch flat end mill. For those of you that do have the Butler MS tool library, same things are in there. We want tool number 2, 1/4 inch flat end mill, and click select. Okay, that shows our end mill ready to cut our part here. Next, tab over, we're going to select our geometry, and for drilling we're going to take and we're going to select each one of these holes. Now it doesn't matter which order that you click them in, because right here it says optimize order, so the computer is going to actually take and just cut them the way that it feels it's going to take care of them the fastest. So we'll leave it at optimize order. Third tab over, we're establishing our heights. These top 3, I'm going to expand this a little bit so you can see. These top 3 here, clearance height, retract height, and feed height, we're going to change all of these to model top and 0.2. Model top and 0.2. Doesn't matter what they have in there right now, we're just going to change them all to the model top and 0.2 for the offset. Okay? Next, move on to our third tab where we're cycle time. This identifies we're doing a drilling operation, and after it gets to the proper depth, it's going to rapid retract out. We'll leave it at that. When you're finished, click OK at the menu down at the bottom. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Let's see what that looks like when we simulate it. So click simulate. We're going to turn our stock on. Okay, that shows block is green. We're going to click play, and it's going to take care of drilling all those points for us. Pretty awesome. Okay, click close in our simulate area. Next, we're going to move on to our pocketing area. So we're going to pocket 2D milling area of our ribbon bar. 2D pocket we're going to choose. And when I start, the first thing I need to do is choose my tool. I know it looks like they has the correct one entered in there, but if you look at the speeds and feeds down here, you can see that we have some error menus in there. So since we already have some tools identified, we're going to click our tool button. And once again, you're going to go to Sample Libraries and Mill, or you can go all the way down to the bottom, Butler MS Tool Library, and you're going to select Tool 2 1/4 inch flat and click Select. See how our feeds and speeds all come in there? Okay, now next we're going to select our geometry. We have this little triangle cut out here, and if I want to click that one first, so when I click this it doesn't automatically pop out and cover it up, I'm going to click my bottom corner of my world view cube here in order to rotate that up just a little bit. Now I can see both of these areas to pocket. Remember, when we're clicking at surface to pocket, I want that whole surface highlighted, not just the edge, the whole surface, and down in that triangle area, and then up in this little face mask looking area here as well. Okay, that looks great. I can go back home again. Now I'm going to establish my heights. Click the next tab over. And just like our drilling operation, we're going to change all of these to model top and point 2. Okay, the top 3 we're going to model top and point 2, model top and point 2. So clearance height, retract height, and feed height are all model top and point 2. Next, let's go over and take a look at our passes. Here, since we're going a depth of 0.5, a half inch deep, we need to cut this in multiple passes. So we're going to check multiple passes. Click your maximum roughing step down. If you click, it'll highlight the whole thing, and we're going to enter in a distance of 0.25. So we're going to take a 1/4 inch at a time. Scroll down a little bit. Where it says stock to leave, I want to uncheck or deselect that box, so I cut right up to the edge of my part, my geometry. Now we're going to move over to our next tab, which is our linking tab. And here we're going to uncheck lead in, transition and leads here, uncheck lead out, and our ramp style we're going to change from helix to plunge. Once you have those done, click OK. It's going to generate those tool paths up here, and when it's finished, we're going to come up and we're going to select Setup 1. Okay, that is going to make us simulate both of these and choose both of these for post-processing. Click Simulate. We're going to click Play. It's going to show us our drilling operation is going to happen first. Then it's going to take and cut out our pockets. Down here in the bottom area, I don't see any red, which means that we don't have any collisions or problems, so that's a good thing. Wait for this to finish out, because we're going to screenshot this when we're done, because there's going to be an area for you to turn this in. Okay, once you have this done, take a screenshot of this, and now you're going to turn it into Google Classroom in the appropriate area. Screenshot this. Next, once we're finished, we're going to click Close on our simulation. We still need to post-process this. We're going to come up to the top, Post-Process. We want to make sure that this is going to our H drive. If it doesn't automatically select H colon here, you're going to click on this little gray box. You're going to make sure you're going to your H drive. Okay, from the top pull-down menu, nothing happens here. So if you take a look on the left-hand side, I'm going to my H drive. First initial, last name 000, the gray box with the green line. Select folder. It already has my part name in there, 2jam, and my last name. You're going to do 2jam and your last name if it's not in there. And then click Post. Click Save. We're going to X out of our file editor here. Now you're all done, you're saved. Please make sure you turn in that screenshot to Google Classroom. I'm going to show you how to do that awesome section view for our IDW drawing. Congratulations. Move on to the IDW video next.